How's it everyone? Welcome to Bait Tactics. Let me show you how I make 3 of my favorite unconventional hook baits that's put a lot of big fish on the mat for me and my friends. With the last one being a super awesome biodegradable capsule that you can fill with any liquids, spices and protein paste, ensuring it leaches out flavors and feeding triggers for a very long time. So if you're looking to target those big fish with some special hook baits, then this video is for you. Let's go, buddy! The first one is the giant fruits. You're going to need some carrots that you peel and then cut to the different shapes and sizes that you want. For your base, you can use any high-proof alcohol, but you can also use propylene glycol. You are going to need a teaspoon of betaine HCl and a teaspoon of 1000 milligrams vitamin C powder. Then any color you want, I like to use fluorescein. Then I add some fruity essential oils and any high quality flavor. To add some sugar, you can add a teaspoon of glucose or corn syrup. Now add everything together in a glass jar and mix well. Now add your fruit balls and fill up to the top with your base liquid. Now let them stand for at least a week and they are ready to fish. This is a super potent little hook bait that's very versatile and you can fish it any way you want. This is definitely one of my favorite hook baits and one that I always use everywhere I go. Next up is the spicy spuds. There's different ways that you can make them, but this recipe is definitely one of my favorites. You're going to need some potatoes and your alcohol or propylene glycol base. Then you are going to need some fruit corers. This is an awesome little tool to help you make hook baits. Some ground cayenne pepper, some onion powder, some yeast extract, and some crushed garlic. Now core out your hook baits, making sure you get the most out of each potato. When you are done, cut them to the different sizes that you want them. Now add all your ingredients to a bottle, add a little bit of base liquid and mix it well. The alcohol or propylene glycol will preserve them for a very long time, and the longer they stand, the more potent they become. Now add your spuds and fill it to the top with your base liquid. Also let them stand for at least a week. They will soak up all those flavors and feeding triggers, giving you a super potent hook bait that no fish can resist. They are also very versatile and can be fished on any rig or setup that you like. The Carp Grenades is a biodegradable capsule hook bait that you can fill with any ingredients or liquids. It will leach out flavors and attractors for a very long time and is also a super potent hook bait. I use sweet potato to make them. You are going to need 2 different size corers to make them, one big one for the body and a smaller one to make the hole in the middle. Now with your big corer, you are going to cut out the main body of the capsule. On the bottom, always leave some skin, just trim the edges a little bit. Now cut it to the correct size you want your capsule to be, making sure the top is cut nice and straight. Now with your smaller corer, cut a hole in the middle of the capsule. Make sure not to push it through all the way and leave some flesh at the bottom. Now that you've created a void in your capsule, you are going to need a cap to top it off. Just cut another small piece, always making sure to leave some skin at the top of the cap. Now you are going to cut a piece of cork the same diameter as the hole you created. This will seal off the capsule and help with buoyancy. Now you are going to assemble it, put a baiting needle through it and add it to a rig of your choice. Always make sure your hair is long enough, as you want at least 10 mm space between the bait and the hook. You've now created a super potent biodegradable capsule hook bait that will leach out flavors and attractors for a very long time. This will help to pull in fish from far and wide and definitely help you to get more bites, making sure you get the most out of every session. There's so much more ingredients out there that you can use, and thinking out of the box, especially when targeting heavily fished venues, is always a winning tactic. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, why buy it when you can make it even better? Thanks for watching, and tight lines.